Tell me about your summer so far, bud. How's it been going this year?
It's been really good. Just a phenomenal spring at the Manitou Islands. We're kind of winding down trolling season. I don't know how many more times I'm going to troll after this, to be honest. I actually, disclaimer, I had the stuff off the boat because I've been doing a little bit of jigging and searching for coho, and I knew that you were coming up, and it's easy. I can get the stuff on and off the boat in like 8-10 minutes. So this morning at about 4:30, I think I woke up. I'm only like 10 minutes from this launch, so I threw the stuff on the boat, rigged stuff in the parking lot, basic, to get salmon bites, and here we are catching them. But it's been a really good summer. A couple trips across the lake over towards Sturgeon Bay, Summer Island area, and honestly, that went incredibly well for us. Fishing over there, came back, fish kind of bounced back to us around July 20th or so to South Manitou, and 2 times a day out there, as many times as I could not count. Fishing was just phenomenal. I mean, I think one day we had like 35, 40 bites out there, and just basically deck loading for kings. A lot of very, very, very happy customers. I've deemed a sticker for the boat as necessary. It's going to say no whining, because I heard so much whining from arms. I was reeling in fish on boards and letting people finish them off. Just a awesome summer at South Manitou Island. So blessed to be out there, just share it with everybody. If you've never been there, you should absolutely come out and fish there. Reason number one, I love it. It's not port fishing like everywhere else. So if we see 5 other boats on a Saturday morning, it's a pretty busy morning. Fishing is as good as any other port I've ever fished. It's a little bit longer ride. You're fishing amongst a national park. Really dramatic views. Very, very low pressure. Fish bite. There's days we'll leave fish at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. They're still going. So I just love it. I'm very, very blessed to be out there, have a boat. The business, the amazing clients that support it year after year, and an amazing fishery to work on. Just love it.
So that's cool. You're going out there. There's not a lot of traffic out there, but you're about ready to get into your jigging season. That's a whole different animal. Going on a Platte Bay there. It's not a bite, that's a secret, but it's a good time out there.
It is, yeah. Platte Bay, I was there. I've been there 2 times. There are definitely some fish around. That was pre this monstrous blow that we have. Hold on, I'm just out here a little bit. We had some stagers in West Bay and East Bay. Not enough to get a good bite going. A couple of hookups. Just not quite ready. We've just had this massive northwest blow. I suspect every coho from Manistee to all the way up to the Manitou Islands are going to be flooding West Bay and East Bay. Hopefully. I will know tomorrow morning, granted I can get out on the water. I've got some customers lined up. They're pretty eager to go. So tomorrow morning could be the first morning that's a go. And the Platte Bays, can't guarantee it. You never know until you go. But if you don't go, you're kind of behind the 8 ball. So we'll go up there. Worst case, we end up jigging some lake trout. But my next 3 weeks, booked solid. The phone's still ringing. We got a lot of people interested in jigging. I've got other captains I work with. I keep them busy. But I think looks like we're going to be going until September 20th, maybe even to the 22nd this year in Platte Bay. A lot of coho to be caught and jigged, and that's just an amazing fun fishery if you like rod pan technique.
Yeah, what's that like? And how do you go after them when you do it?
It's a lot like it's vertical jigging. It's a lot like the king salmon jigging, the Chinook jigging in the harbors everybody's doing. It's a scaled down, non-aggressive jig. It's more like a Detroit River walleye style, just they bite it going down, you pick up. You have to be very, very, very aggressive, I would say. Chasing the fish. I use live scope, so I try to stay in the pods. The big trick is to know when to shut that down and start casting them. If you have a north blow overnight, you can kind of forget about, being in 65, 70 foot of water. You're going to want to go right to the mouth, and, that's when you get your spinners out and you go into casting techniques. A lot of times, though, if you do have those fish set up and you're literally catching them jigging in 65, 70 foot, it'll shut down and the fish will kind of disperse. What they'll do is they'll pot up and they'll mosey around. That's also, you get those spinners out, you go for the deep water spinner game. Just a little fast here according to the old fish hawk. But, just, spinner them, throw those black Arctic spinners out a mile as far as you can. I use like 8-foot rods and just launch them a mile, let them sink bottom, and just reel. It's like swinging flies, in a river. When you feel them climb on it, you're feeling that because of the old traditional coho spin there. When you feel that, you just don't do anything. And then once they kind of eat, really get going on that old line, then you can just slowly bring up. I never even set on them. So I get a lot of clients come out and on the spinner and, they're like, I can feel it hitting. I'm like, just keep reeling. There's always inevitably somebody's up there whiffing, and it's just like, no, don't set the hook. Don't set the hook. You lost. But some guys it takes 8 fish, and some guys get it right away, and some guys, they just never get it. They don't get it the next year either, but it's an awesome fishery. There's thousands and thousands and thousands to, fish to, just tons of coho. Every day is kind of, where are they at today? We're in a small area, but I usually allot for about 30 minutes of looking. And then once I find the main pot of fish, then I can just follow them, get them on the jig, and then just kind of transfer right over to that spinner when needed. But it's about a 12-mile run from Frankfurt. I launch Frankfurt every day, and most guys do if you have a boat. Some guys do come out of the Platte River, smaller aluminum jets and whatnot. Those are really, really, really effective for the river. But propped boats over 18 foot, it's a bad idea if you're trying to come out of the Platte River. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, how great is this area, Saab, that you've got options. Like we maybe could have got on the lake today. You definitely couldn't yesterday.
No.
But you've got this option. You can pop over to the bay and do some fishing. Just talk a little bit about just being in an area where you've just got a lot of different options.
Oh, Northern Michigan is just absolutely phenomenal in terms of fishing. We, I would say, I think it's like every 8 miles, we have a place that we can put a vessel in the water and fish the fishery. Or fisheries, I should say, whether you want to fish bluegill, bass, salmon, trout, rivers, fly fishing, all forms of fishing. And I swore I heard somebody say it's like every 8 miles we can fish here, or we have an option. For me, I run charter. I've fished January and February on Lake Michigan. If it's warm enough, I'll do it. I'll get the boat out. A lot of my fishing is inland or Lake Michigan perch fishing. So I spent about 5 months doing that. I do a lot of burbot fishing now on Lake Michigan and inland lakes in March. I go to the Detroit River in April. There is something to do for every single season we fish. And just being on the trailer, and like today, we made do and we got some fish on the line, and it's just, let's just go here. There's a bunch of fish here. Let's go there. There's a bunch of fish here. And just being able to move. And honestly, we have such a great smallmouth bass fishery on Grand Traverse Bay and What's Wild. I don't even bass fish. I'll do it for kind of like a hobby, something to do, something that's fun. But I don't even tap into bass, and I probably should because people call me for bass trips, and I just don't do bass. Not that I have anything against them, just I really haven't done it because
All right, Matt.
Got pressure on the bait. Keep it low. Okay, we got you. Real fast, keep it low. Treat it like a winch, Chris. Put it real low. That's what I like to do with these boards. Treat it like a winch. Keep making a run. Got a little salmon action going here real quick. I'm going to adjust this autopilot, though. I think we're in a good state because I put it on turn there while we were talking. And, yeah, I love it.
So, while we're reeling this fish in, he's got a little line on right now. Matt, you got to get a shot of this first mate over here.
Hey, Fergie, Bert, hey, baby, come on. What's going on, girl?
What's up, Fergie?
Ferg, wake up, fish pirate. Fergs, that's my rescue bulldog. She was much needed. Yeah, you're good. Just real fast. He's probably running at you a little bit. We're going to turn that flicker off because it's annoying me as much as it is the viewers.
I think people like that.
You think so?
Yeah, it makes it sound like there's fish going.
Real fast.
Kind of gives everybody an idea of what's going on.
Well, I can tell you as a charter captain, and probably some of my colleagues would say, I almost hear that in my sleep. If that was my wake-up alarm clock in the morning, I'd probably throw my phone. Oh, man. What an awesome morning.
Beautiful, beautiful day out
We
here.
are so blessed to do this.
It's a Monday morning, Bob.
I know, and we're doing this.
Right.
We're doing like just nonchalantly out here on Grand Traverse Bay because we couldn't get out on Lake Michigan, and we're just fishing.
Didn't have to battle traffic.
Yeah, I mean, there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've seen 4 boats, 5 boats. I mean, we've got rainbows. That's cover. I'm saying we got life going on right now. Oh, the Skeeter. So this is the 2025 WXR 2260. I picked up this boat in replacement of my 2020 WX 2200. I got this one from Lindy's Sales. I gotta bump Lindy Sales a little bit. Lisa and Jim, the whole crew down there, Dave, they take great care of me. This is the newest model from Skeeter. It's all Garmin Autopilot, 350 Yamaha, 99, a little 10 horse Yamaha and Autopilot. Just totally rigged out, all Garmin, Garmin trolling motor. It's the fancy of fancies here, I guess, is what I could say. I mean, it was time for a new wrench. It's definitely my wrench. It's my tool. I use it every day for work. And what kind of carpenter would you be if you didn't have a very nice hammer to swing every day at work? So this is my hammer. The clients seem to like it. The ride's good. The gas mileage good. Trailering's easy, on and off, handles big water. We get a situation where it's 4 or 5 footers. We're probably not going to be fishing, but I can absolutely guarantee you we're getting home safe. So it's just an awesome boat. It really is. This is a good fish. Take this Dreamweaver board off. I'm a 350 copper, so we're just going to drive straight. We've been circling it the whole time, been in circle mode, but.
So what's cool about this area, Bob, we're out here in your Skeeter. It's like a couple of 30-footers out here, but we just cruised by a guy just out here and probably a 16-foot tinny too. So.
I don't even know if it's 16 foot.
It might be a 14.
14 might have been pushed. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Grand Traverse Bay is, unless the wind is out of the north or dead south, it's absolutely fishable. And honestly, I don't even know if those guys were fishing kings. They might have been trolling Cisco. We have a great population of Cisco in here. Mm-hmm. And the locals just love these Cisco. And there's times I'll pick them up, they'll eat your trolling steelers. So. They could have been fishing Cisco. They could have been fishing, who knows, trout. We have a ton of trout in here. It's just a very diverse fishery. You don't need a big boat. You don't need fancy stuff to come out here in Grand Traverse Bay. You can. A lot of guys I see them. They're just running 2 riggers and 2 divers, and that's plenty. I mean, that's all my dad runs. I tell him all the time. Get out there with your 4 rods, 3 rods. Take my uncle, take your brother out there and go catch a couple kings. So.
You did stick me with the copper rod here.
Yeah. I gave you the 350. We have a 275 out with a plug and a 350 out with a plug or a spoon, and
we'll keep these people on until lunchtime.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching.
I mean, it's a great thing to do for Monday morning.
Tell me about your favorite day of fishing this year, Bob.
Oh, I had a guy drop one off the back of the boat the other night. I can't say that's ever happened. He was 0 for 2, third one bit. And I was like, all right, we got this. I net it. I unhook it. He's holding it for a picture. It flops one time. It goes right in the water. I've never had that happen in all my years. And I was like, okay, well, there's a first for everything. But that happened last week, so it's kind of still fresh in my mind. We had so many great days on the water this year. I can't sit here and just honestly remember one single day. We had a lot of big fish box days. We had days where there's the leader. We had days where people have never even, I get all sorts of walks. So like people, they've never even seen. Salmon is something that comes out of the grocery store,
Right.
or something that's in Alaska. There's always something new every single trip.
A 5-year-old catches first salmon this summer.
Yep. It was his birthday fish. That was probably a memorable one, honestly. The kids, that little guy, I mean, I remember at the end of the night, we were like triple or quadded up. Everybody's fighting. I was netting. The rigger, the paddle and fly just starts pounding. And with these amazing rod holders, my best friend and colleague, Captain Mark Chimera, makes, that little guy was able to get back there and honestly get on that fish while it was in the rigger and just drilled in. Next thing I know, he's like, I can see it. And I was like, holy cow, bud, you drilled her all the way in. So that was he'll always remember that, and that was definitely one of my top memorable moments is little Oakley reeling in that, what would have been his 4th salmon that night. So let's try to get this fish on the left side here.
Okay.
Look like a couple of pros. You slide left, and I'll go underneath it. Looks like it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Nice grand Traverse Bay Chinook.
Who looks the fish looks beat or Chris?
Right.
Looks
I
beat?
think we're
Looks
both
tired.
there.
The
Yeah.
fish is still kind of doing its thing. Of course, naturally, I don't come off the throttle when we're fighting. This is a really nice ink, actually. A couple more feet here. And just lift up for me. Just like that.
There you go. That is a nice
That is a
thing, boys.
great Grand Traverse Bay Lake Michigan king.
Got that color to him.
Yep. That right there, I'd say 18 pounds, modest.
There you go.
A nice, wild Grand Traverse Bay Chinook. Just a dandy specimen.
And that's what this morning has been about. I mean, they've been every boat we brought up or every fish we brought up has been.
Yeah, they're
a real
in
dandy.
really good shape. We
Yeah.
only had that one dark fish, so. And
Yeah.
thankfully, Chris is traveling, so that means.
Somebody gets to eat.
Yeah, I'm feeding a needy family, so that's what I do on my trips out. If we're doing any PR stuff or anything, I'll go home and vacuum seal it all up, and I get 1 or 2 phone calls a week of people asking for fish, and I just donate them to families in need or people that'll eat them.
That's some pretty darn good eating right there.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. Just a great fish.
Very cool. So a great morning out here on East Grand Traverse Bay with Captain Bob Hinds with Central Coast Angling. You can look him up on the Facebooks. You can look him up through Google. I actually tagged him here on this live. We got Matt taking some awesome pictures here of this fish, and just been an awesome morning out here. In a morning where a lot of guys are sitting at home because of the wind on the big lake. We just popped over here to the bay, and it's been pretty darn good this morning. Getting on some fish and getting some action in, and again, fish have been real nice this morning. Good size to them, and yep, good eats, good action. Thanks to everybody for joining us here on this live this morning. Hopefully, if you're sitting at your desk doing some work, we brought a little enjoyment to your morning here and get you excited about doing a little fishing. Maybe you can get out this weekend, but what a great morning out here on the water with Captain Bob Hinds.